arte, visi d'amore. I love music, I love art. These I live for.
You've been coming to Piano Fest for how many years?
22.
17 years.
16 years.
12, I think.
20 years.
7.
20 years out of the 23 years of Piano Fest.
This is my 22nd year.
Hi, my name is Konstantin Sukovetsky, and we're here on 4th of July concert at Piano Fest in the Hamptons, in Southampton's Avram Theatre. I'm here with Sam Post, a Piano Fest student for the first time, I understand, huh?
Second time.
23rd season of Piano Fest. Welcome. Tell us how you feel about it.
Oh, it's great so far.
I'm holding the mic.
I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, no, I'm not giving it to you. I'm here with Sam Post, a second time here.
Well, it's kind of an unusual context in the sense that all of us are in the Hamptons, which is a different place compared to most festivals. Yeah.
I'm here with Sam Post, a student at Piano Fest for the second consecutive summer. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
How are you enjoying it?
I am enjoying it immensely.
The best part, I think, is really being in this small house with 14 students and 8 pianos practicing all day long.
Not everybody's practicing all day long, I
I
hope.
really feel the same way.
How was your second time around here?
It's been great.
How it compares to the first time?
It compares somewhat favorably.
Elaborate, please.
It's very good. Both times have been excellent.
Have you been to Piano Fest before?
This is my first time here.
What was the most interesting thing that happened to you outside of practicing this summer?
Oh, drinking. Yeah, because this was my first time to do that. So
I understand you have another degree outside of just music. Tell us more about it.
That's true. I have a physics degree.
I was totally shocked.
So are you a physician?
No, yeah, in my undergrad I was a science major.
What kind of science?
Physics.
I love this interview, don't you? I think we're about to get a Pulitzer for that.
It's really nice. I got to know a lot of people here, and I'm so happy to be surrounded by such great pianists.
So tell us more about the kind of games you guys play.
What's the first one?
What is it?
It's very complicated. The only thing I remember is I have to do the sexy dance.
I hope you're of age.
What? I'm 24.
Are you really? You look amazingly young for that.
The way this game works is you use various cards in the deck to determine actions for the rest of the game, and one of the cards sort of accumulates
Yes.
into a cup.
And so when you draw the final card, you have to drink it?
Yeah.
Everybody does their chores in the house. What's your least favorite?
My least favorite would be any of them, but my really least favorite is cooking assistant. Luckily this summer, every time I've been assigned to cooking assistant, we've had takeout.
You mean somebody got poisoned or the food got burned?
What?
Oh, I didn't know how to do the dance.
What kind of dance?
Sexy dance.
So were you a winner or a loser doing a sexy dance?
Loser. I had to do it twice. I was really unlucky.
Who did you do it for?
For everyone in the festival,
Well, I'm sure they were very lucky.
no, they didn't. G1 is really good at that.
Assignments are all made in advance, but it just so happened that the days that I was assigned that we decided that Lizzie or Bill decided to get takeout.
Well, considering your physics education, I highly doubt that such coincidence is possible more than once.
Well, Lizzie made the schedule, not me, so
That's what they always say. So no mea culpa here, huh?
no, man, what does that mean?
You're a physics major, you should know.
But I learned a lot here.
What about you?
Likewise. I'm not sure if I have the same sexy dance experience, but surrounded by great pianists, it's great.
Happy 4th of July!
Thank you.
Welcome to Piano Fest. Behind me is 118 Pantego Road, otherwise known as Piano Fest House. This is where it all happens this summer. As the students will arrive, they will find 8 grand Steinways put into every room, including the kitchen. This house is over 100 years old, and yet the insides are state-of-the-art contemporary. There's a great climate control system which enables the pianos that are put in there keep their tune. The performances take place at Evram Theatre in Southampton, but the action is here in East Hampton. That's where it's at. And the action is at the house. The pianists eat, practice, and play together. If only these walls could talk, shall we? Here in the pool room is where people practice, but also shoot pool. It is extraordinary how many musicians actually very good at shooting pool. I'm standing in front of a museum piece, really. A chore schedule from the year 2002 of PianoFest. So you can see what a complicated web of people's names and tasks assigned there was. There still is. But now, as technology progresses, this is what it looks like today. Here in the kitchen is where the cooking takes place, as well as practicing, as you can see. Right here is the cooking chopping table. Here is our stove, half of which is not working, I think, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the food comes out beautifully anyway. And those are the dishes that some unfortunate person is going to have to be washing because it's their chore. And this is PianoFest toilet, located conveniently between the 3 bedrooms surrounding it, so that the pianists are able to do what they do. Now I'm in one of PianoFest's bedrooms, which also double as practice rooms, so you can see Steinway here, Steinway there. I'm here with Paul Shanley, the man behind the idea, the man who started it all 23 years ago. How did you start PianoFest?
I had taken some time off from concertizing just to rest and regroup and think about the future. And I rented a small room in the Hamptons, Maidstone Park. And immediately I fell in love with nature and the sunsets. I noticed that there was a very good radio station, classical radio station, and a college, and I thought this would be a great place to have more classical music and perhaps a seminar for pianists for intensive study and performing. And when I first came to the Hamptons, I really didn't know anybody. And it so happens that I went to a chamber music concert by the Bridgehampton Chamber Music Society. There I met a ruddy-faced gentleman named Bill Plate. I told him my idea, and he said, well, he'd always been hoping there would be more music, and he offered, if I came during the winter time, to house me, and he would introduce me to his friends. I came the following winter and met people, and then I just decided to do it.
Brought up in a house that had a variety of artists. My brother became a writer, published 6 books. Another brother became a golf professional, almost won the National Open. I had a sister who had an art studio in New York. She married a millionaire, and that took care of her career. I remember watching Toscanini in the studio of 8H, the Hellas studio. It sounded absolutely dull, and until he came to his senses and recorded.
I met Paul first through an introduction on a radio program I was doing right here at Southampton College. My job was to play classical music, and my other job at the radio station was to interview people in the arts. Half-hour program live, always live on radio. I never knew what was going to come out of them.
But that's part of the excitement.
That's part of the excitement, exactly. I was doing my Thursday afternoon, I believe it was, chamber music program. I was playing Brahms. The phone blinked. I picked up the phone because I had time, and it was Bill Plate. I've known Bill for 45 years, I figured out.
I knew Barbara, before you. I know. And how I remember driving our mother to New York. And
his big bragging point is that he knew my wife before I did. So,
and here I am, still a bachelor.
Ho, ho, ho.
Bill called the radio station and said, Barbara, do you like music? I said, Bill, you know I don't like music. I just work here.
What music needs is a bona fide music lover.
And we're kidding along and laughing.
She's always been very supportive. What are you doing?
He's shooting us.
You're fired.
And Bill said, I have met a pianist, and he has a dream. Bill then said, okay, if you're interested, I'm getting a few people together at my house. And so it happened. Norman and I talked with Bill and said, okay, we'll help you. And from there it grew.
So that was the beginning of the idea. I came and looked at real estate, and the first place that I thought would be good was actually a converted horse stable, a riding stable, and it was large and it had about 8 bedrooms all around the stable, and the stable itself, I imagined in my mind, could be converted into a small auditorium. So I actually signed a lease for it, and then about 3 days later, the owner called me and he said, you can't put 8 pianos on this. This is a riding stable converted, and the floor is on top of the stable. So if you put pianos on it, it'll go right through the floor. So that was the end of that idea. And then I looked and actually I settled on this house in East Hampton, which we all know as the house.
Yes, well, the Opus 118, Bantigo Road.
Yes. First year I actually just took a truck and put 6 pianos on it and brought them from Cleveland and put the pianos here. And then I approached Steinway as a Steinway artist, helped provide us every summer with a new set of Steinways. We made a lot of improvements to the house since we got it. First, the doors were ordinary doors, and then Norman Pickering, one of the people that helped found Piano Fest, put in much wider doors and plastic barriers so that the soundproofing was increased dramatically. But we still hear each other practice, and that's very nice, because when I'm downstairs I can hear everybody practice, and I'm not ashamed of walking in the rooms where people are practicing and saying, why are you doing this? No, I hear that this is wrong. So it in some sense, I enjoy being able to hear everyone.
Or you're practicing a passage and you're doing great, you're nailing it, and all of a sudden you start to have problems. You can't play it, Mr. Something walks in. You need help. No, I had it. I had it. I don't need help. I'm okay.
Did you ever imagine it was going to be so successful?
You know, all I thought was that I wanted to create an environment where it was non-competitive but mutually supportive. And I wanted intense teaching, serious music. And when we gave our first concert at the Avram Theater, 12 people came, and I didn't know what to expect. I had cheese and crackers for, over 100 or 200. And 12 people came, and then through word of mouth, more and more people came. I didn't have a budget for advertising and things like that. And then after the 3rd or 4th concert, I asked for volunteers from the stage. I asked if anybody's interested in helping, and some people came, and that became the nucleus of the Piano Fest board.
Just last Monday, there were over 450 people, I think, in attendance. In the interviews that I've been asking people who come as an audience to Piano Fest, this is the highlight of their summer.
It's a great gift that Paul Shenley has created and given to this community.
Oh, first experience was just thrilling. It means everything to me. It's the highlight of the summer.
It's the treat of the summer for me. It's what makes the summer.
My whole summer is related to it. It's the most important thing. It really is. Art, music.
What do you think about tonight?
Oh my God, every time you think you can't get any better, and it does.
I'm absolutely fascinated how Paul managed to get these incredible young kids from all around the world, which are so gifted, including you.
He has given maybe half of the summers of his life to bring us this opportunity. So to me, it's the bright and the light of my song. I come every Monday afternoon, and I look forward to it. It's the best music on Long Island.
And before every piece, I introduce the music. So I'm thinking of trying to work both sides of the stage. I give advice to the students, but I also give advice to the audience. Could I ask you to please turn off your cell phones? What to listen for. Tarantella is the idea being, if you were bitten by a tarantula, you had to dance until you perspired so much that the poisons seeped off you. A little bit about the composers and historical context. The Les Adieux was written in 1909, and this one was written in 1914. 18. Thanks. Well, I still know what I'm talking about. So,
I'm finding that the more I listen, the more I learn.
probably the most delightful thing and the best way of promoting Piano Fest is the students. And so they get to meet the students at the receptions, then they identify with them, bond with them, and so when they go on stage to perform, it's somebody they know and they consider part of an extended family.
But now Piano Fest is extremely international.
Yeah, there's little dramas that happen. We have to learn how to live with each other. I remember once one girl suddenly stopped talking to everybody, and I didn't know what was the matter. We all wondered, did one of her parents die? Did she lose a close friend? What happened? And then we found out a few days later that she was exploding with anger because somebody had used all the laundry detergent that she had just bought for herself, and everybody else used it, so she didn't have any when it was her turn. And she didn't say it, she kept it internally, and it took days to find out. Another time I remember one of the students, you remember Andy Russo?
Of course.
Well, he looks, like a Greek god, and he came out of the shower once with a towel wrapped around him, and one of the girls came up to me and said, "What's he doing with my towel wrapped around him, after he takes a shower?" And I said, "Well, I'm not your father, and you say it's your towel. Go up to him and ask him that. Why are you wearing my towel?" So it's little interactions like that where it's not a dormitory, but it's a way. I always say I'm trying to teach my chickens how to pick their way through life.
Because some people, especially who haven't lived or studied in the United States, really bring something entirely new but very different to the table.
Mm-hmm. No, I've learned that diversity of life and experiences is very good for Piano Fest. I have to think about various things. We need to carpool, so I have to have a certain amount of students that know how to drive, and of course New Yorkers are helpless. I've tried to mix the genders so that I don't have 12 Russian boys. When I say it's non-competitive, I mean it, but pianists aren't used to that. We're used to practicing in a studio by ourselves and then competing in a competition. That's why we practice, we think. And I was that way too. But the first day or two they come and they hear other practicing in the next room, so they play their hardest pieces in self-defense because they hear somebody with a Chopin etude in the next room. So everybody's practicing Chopin etudes and they're the most difficult pieces. And I have to go from room to room and say, tranquilo, tranquilo, calm down, it's non-competitive.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, yes. There's plenty of room for everybody. Even the name Piano Fest, I have the rights to it. And Awadajan Pratt, who was just here, he said, "Paul, did you know that there's another Piano Fest?" And he mentioned in another state. And I said, "Yes." And they wrote to me and said, "Can we use the name too?" And I thought, well, I don't feel like being territorial. I'm always saying there's never enough good music. So I don't mind, if there's another Piano Fest in Kentucky or other places. So that's just the way I feel. When I say it's non-competitive, I should mention at the piano, I am not including ping pong, croquet, and billiards and poker.
Yeah.
But also some memorable charades. Late at night, yes, playing charades, and what's been most memorable for me is interacting with all the different people, the students, which become it becomes overused the word family, but we stay together, and there's no statute of limitations. They stay in touch forever.
Somebody referred to you as their piano dad.
Okay, I'm happy about that. My idea of paradise would be to escape from land and all cares and just go fishing. Actually, I started it in the Hamptons partly because of Montauk. I love to go fishing. In the first summer I went out to Montauk, and sometimes if I showed up there at 4:35 in the morning, a fisherman would say, "Well, would you like to come and help me? If you do, I'll give you some fish." The advice that was given to me by my dear teacher, Victor Babin, when I was about 17. But he said, "Paul, if you don't show an interest in other people, they won't show an interest in you." So I think finding a way to relate our music to other people and by showing an interest in them is the best advice I can give. We're not entitled to careers, we're not entitled to anything, but we have to make other people want and love the music.
It's the music that makes the difference.
improve as a human being through the practice of music every day of my life until I die. I also need to be happy. That's what I decided. I like world music. That's very interesting to me. I also sometimes listen to rap music. I'm working on Goldberg variations at the moment to share it with people that really appreciate it. It was really truly awesome, and it's hard to describe, but I could tell that they were really with me each moment.
What does it mean to me to be a pianist? Everything. I mean, I was born, to do this, and this is the way I express who I am. Play as much as possible when I grow up. What inspires me? It would be Gaga and David Lynch. Those two are the two people that really just inspire me in a way that I kind of just feel that I have to create. My teacher inspires me. Let life take me wherever, and I don't know really what I'm gonna do, but so far it's great to just play. Of course I have a Grandmaster one, but I can't say it right here. Are you kidding me? No, I'm kidding.
And now you hear him sigh, oh, this life is so hard. And so this is the kind of visualization that Schumann had.
Are we waiting for people to leave? No, just
Ladies first. These are both veggie, right?
You're talking about shotgun beers here, right?
Yeah, that joke was like 10 seconds ago. But anyway, my point is that's how you shotgun. You poke a hole, you make a hole in the bottom, but it depends on your throat opening skills.
Are you not shotgunning?
No, after this root beer. Keep waiting for the shit beer to cold.
I'm betting him that I can shot faster than he can shotgun it.
And there's a 6 to 1 odds?
But he doesn't want it anymore because I just slowly.
But you're gonna put it in glass, right?
Yeah.
Our hole wasn't big enough. Yeah, we
You
should
wanna
go
try?
outside, by the way. Let's go.
Good choice.
No.
Someone has a key.
Was that a cool joke?
No. Oh, no.
So everyone who's drinking, go by the door.
Tell me how this works. Okay, I'll show you. Make sure it's not going to spray everywhere. Okay, the other thing we did last year that was really wrong was the old stabby poo. Which is not the most effective way.
Whatever was last year was ridiculous.
Just want to open it slowly. You just make it a little bigger. Yeah, the best would be to put it up to your mouth and open it at the same time.
Okay, you kind of stand the light.
Oh, you open it too? Oh, okay. I need to get the
All of the lights,
I made it at like a really bad angle.
Okay, ready? One.
No, ready. No, ready.
Alright.
Ready?
Wait, no, I can't reach this thing.
Alright.
But slide a key underneath to open it.
Lizzie, you do it.
Dude, why? Open it? You need me to open this? Yeah.
half open.
Ready?
No, not all the way.
No, open it all the way.
Oh, yeah, when it's in the mouth.
And then you have to tilt it away so that the beer doesn't pour out this way, Mickey. So
Ready, set.
Oh, God.
He was first, though.
Oh, okay.
You guys were way behind us. The holes weren't big enough.
That is pretty fast.
Yeah, that was not
okay, I spilled a little.
Yeah, that was
Oh, it was pretty fast. I told you, Schmitty, it goes down fast that way. Oh, my stomach's full of beer now.
There's never enough good
It's a 23-year-old tradition to perform Sousa's Stars and Stripes Forever 2 grand Steinways by 4 pianists, meaning 8 hands. And we will see 4 pianists manage 2 keyboards, stand and play at the same time. It's going to be a great concert.
You see? Easy.
This could go on forever. Let's not overdo it, but it could.